Hello everyone and welcome to English, simple and easy. Today we are going to have a look at do and does. And I see a lot of students having problems with this, even advanced students, so I believe that it's a very important topic for us to talk about. Now, what's one of the main things that you need to remember about do and does is that they are only used for the present. Okay, so whenever you are asking a question, asking someone a question, and it's in the present, you can use do and does. And also we have the negative form, because do and does, they are used for negative forms. You can transform do into don't and does into doesn't. Okay, so first thing, do and does for the present. Now the second thing, does. Let's start with does, because this is where a lot of people have problems with. Yeah, so does we use only with he, she, it. So you have this three, this group of three that you need to remember. They can only be used with does for the questions, and obviously doesn't if you are speaking in the negative. All right, and obviously if we use does for he, she, it, we use do for the rest, for I, you, we, and they. Right? Now, so what is the method to use do and does? I use a very simple method that always helps the students. So it goes like this. So when you have a sentence, for example, we have the sentence, you like pizza. Okay, so this is a sentence in the affirmative. So you have you like pizza, the person, the verb, and the complement. Okay, so you have a sentence, and suppose that you want to transform that sentence into a question. So how do we do it? So you look at the sentence, and then first of all, you ask yourself, is it in the present? Yes, it's in the present. You like pizza. It's a routine or it's a general fact. So that's it. Okay, if it's in the present, then so there is a possibility that if I want to transform it into a question or into a negative sentence, I can use do and does. So okay, the present, fine. Now the second question that you ask yourself, okay, is it necessary to use do and does? Is it necessary to use an extra verb to transform it into the negative or into the question? Because you see, if the question has verb to be, am, is, are, I don't need do or does. And if the question has some strong verbs, I call them strong verbs. If the sentence has, for instance, can, I don't use do and does with can. If the sentence has should, I don't use do and does with should. If the sentence has will, that's the verb for the future, I don't use do and does. All right, so you need to ask yourself this question: is it necessary to use the extra verb? So if the sentence doesn't have verb to be, doesn't have can, doesn't have should, doesn't have will, yes, it's in the present. It doesn't have any of those verbs, so I can use do and does. And then you ask yourself, who is the person? So if the person is he, she, it, I use does or doesn't. But for example, in this sentence, it's you like pizza. So who is the person? The person is you. With you, I use do. All right? So how do you transform it into the interrogative? So if you have the affirmative, you like pizza. The question is, do you like pizza? Right? And then for the negative, you don't like pizza. Okay? Let's have a look at another example. So let's use another sentence. She speaks English. Okay? She speaks English. So the first thing is the sentence in the present? Yes, it's in the present. It's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's in the present. She speaks English. Now, is it necessary to use do and does? Let's see. Is there a verb to be in the sentence? No, because look, she speaks. Speaks is not verb to be. And the sentence doesn't have can, it doesn't have should, it doesn't have will. So yes, I can use do and does. Who is the person? The person is she. Now, with she, do I use do or do I use does? I use does. That's right. So now let's transform it into the interrogative. Does she speak? Now, when I use does, okay, the verb goes back to the original. So if in the affirmative I have she speaks English, when I use does, I don't use the S with the verb anymore. So that verb, that action goes back to the original. So I say, does she speak English? All right? And the same thing goes for the negative. She doesn't speak English. So you see there in the negative, the original verb, she doesn't speak English, right? And then let's do just another example. So the last sentence is, John plays the guitar, right? John plays the guitar. Pay attention to the pronunciation. There is the guitar, because a lot of people say guitar. That's not the right pronunciation. Please. So, okay, so let's go and use the method. So we have John plays the guitar. The first question is the sentence in the present? Yes, it's in the present. It's not in the past, it's not in the future. So, okay, if it's in the present, do and does. Okay, great. Now, do I need the extra verb do and does? Yes, I need, because look, John plays. I don't have verb to be in the sentence. I don't have can. I don't have should. Yeah, we don't have will. So yes, it's necessary. If I want to transform that sentence into the negative and into a question, I need to use do and does. And then who is the person? John. Now you see, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. John is a name. So before I use do and does, I have to make sure that I know which person this is. So John is equivalent to which person? John is a man, it's a boy. So John is equivalent to he. And which extra verb do I use with he? I use does. So let's transform it into the negative. John doesn't play the guitar. I can also say John does not play the guitar. When you say does not, it sounds more formal, right? But usually people say John doesn't play the guitar. And then the question, does John play the guitar? Right? I use does with John because John is equivalent to he. And with he, I use does. All right then? So the method is the sentence in the present? Right? Do I need to use do and does? Who is the person? And then you do it. Then now you know how to use do and does. All right? I hope that this video helps you to learn how to use do and does properly. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. All right, I'll leave some other links for my other videos also in the video description. Please watch them and help this channel to grow, please. And thank you very much for your company. And remember, enjoy your English. Bye.